Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Comrade Stanley Osaze Osapunopodin. They talk about the help where Wike give the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki during the election, and Wike visit to Edo State without informing Obaseki. Make I leave you, make you hear from Comrade Stanley Osaze Osapunopodin.
A great good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. I remain my humble self, your noble right activist, Comrade Stanley Usaze Usa Udin, the Coordinator General Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide, the CEO Stanley Sadi Enterprise, in fact, the CEO of Oman Edo State. Today is Easter Monday. It is a public holiday. I want to first of all bless God for restoring my health. In fact, I actually went to admission, which everyone knows. It was recommended that I needed a rest, and I have actually rested. We are commencing our work tomorrow. Our office phone has been switched off because if I on it, believe me, I won't get that rest. So I'm using this opportunity to appeal to all our esteemed customers, for those who have been trying to reach me. You too much, boss. We actually switched off the phone so that I can get the recommended rest. So I want to say thank you very much for your understanding and for staying glued with us in spite the inconvenience that our actions is Stanley Enterprise may have caused. Now let's go in details in respect to what brought us here today. If we have a characteristics as a people, one of the basic characteristics of an average Edo man or woman, it's embedded in us. We have never allowed oppression right from history. For those who are close to their history book, you agree to the fact that when the British came to Nigeria, almost every other region accepted indirect rule. But the Edos vehemently resisted the British Empire, which led to the death of our father, Obavura Menogbaisi. That is to tell you that our fight against oppression has been in existence in time immemorial, or to the level at which human memory can be able to ascertain. The resistance has been there and it remains to date. That is why nowhere you go in the world, if an Edo man is there, he can never be a fool. Whether you are Benin, whether you are Isan, whether you are Isako, wherever you are, for as long as you are from this soil, an Edo man can never be a fool. So persons will begin to wonder, why is this guy emphasizing on the topic relating to Governor Nyesom Wike? I think it is expedient for me to give a thorough explanation in this context as a means of setting the ball rolling. First, I assisted you in your marriage celebration so as to ensure that your marriage becomes successful does not mean that because my resources is part and parcel of your wedding celebration, and I have a right to share your wife with you. Now, a very wise Edo men and women will not allow this go down the drain without identifying and condemning the action of Governor Wike. It has passed. Event has taken over it. But for those who are called Edo men and women, but let me trickle this to the Benin part of it. Well, the Benin will always tell you that if you want to address an issue and you refuse to address the tap roots of the issue and you cut the top for the primary purpose of ensuring peace, believe you me, you have ended up postponing the evil deed. The problem still remains and it's waiting for you. If we want to jettison politics or want to look at it critically, ask yourself a simple question. Do not look at Obaseki. Do not look at Wike. Place yourself in this situation and ask, will Wike tolerate a situation where an individual in the capacity of a governor getting into his states without proper information? Yes, if the governor is coming into that state on a low key, fine. Wike will still want that governor to report to his office, not to talk of engaging in core political activities. Now, for those of us who are playing politics with this, ask yourself a simple question. I want none. Why now? Now, let's go back by coming out with facts and details to buttress our claim. Why Amechi was a minister under the tutelage of the Buhari administration. Amechi was an individual of Rivers State, but there was disagreement between Amechi and Wike. Amechi convoy was stopped by Wike in Rivers State. Amechi convoy was stopped by Wike in Rivers State. That state belongs to Amechi as well, a state where he was once a governor. And yes, Wike confronted Amechi. Everyone was privy to this information. Two indigenes of a state. But because of the fact that the other one is acting as a federal minister, and Wike wants to tell him, you cannot act a federal minister in this state, there was disagreement and upheaval. Not to talk of when it's happening in your state. Now the question is it really true that Wike willingly worked to ensure that Obaseki become governor of Edo State for the second term? I know majority of Edo persons may not be aware of this information, but let me answer critically. The answer is no. Now, when Obaseki was attacked in the APC, when Obaseki was denied the ticket in the APC, Obaseki immediately ran out to call for the support of the PDP. But before then, there was a great interaction between the PDP leadership. No, before even having interaction with PDP leadership, some core men in Edo State advised the governor not to take the alternative means of seeking an appeal, because when the APC denied Obaseki the ticket on the ground of disqualification, they said an appeal panel has been created, that if the governor is not satisfied with the decision of the leadership of the party, he can go through the appeal panel. That was a calculated political attempt to delay the situation. Already the PDP primary has not been heard. It was like the PDP was already aware of the fact that Obaseki will be denied the ticket, and they are ready and willing to give him the template to run for the election. So leaders in the party who were with Obaseki and they were formidable in the bloc of Obaseki advises the governor not to seek use the mechanism created by the APC to seek redress. That they should immediately approach political party as an alternative means. And for those of you who have been following me, you also agree to the fact that 2 weeks to the disqualification of Obaseki under the APC, I was saying something in my videos. It was even consistent. I said, a man who wants to travel to the United States of America, some will use Arik Air, some may use British Air, some may use American Air, some may use Dubai Air or United Arab Emirates, as the case may be. But the end result is find yourself in the United States. And I also cited an example. I said, when wants to get into a house and such a person is prevented from getting into the house, whether you take through the door or you take through the window, the end result is everybody's holding meetings in the parlor. How do I mean? What was this admonitions for? What was this classical example for? What was this adage for? It was purely designed because we already knew that the goal and objective of this set of people is to pull back the governor so that they can re-establish what happens in Lagos State here in Edo. That was where the terminology came into be, Edo no be Lagos. I really want us to go back to history. Now, immediately Obaseki now approached the PDP. It was Wike and Dan Obi that was preventing the governor from getting the ticket. So many people don't even know what happened. It was Wike and Dan Obi that was preventing the governor from getting the ticket. How did Obaseki now get the ticket? It was obvious that at the national level, Uche Secondus, who was the PDP national chairman as at then, and other PDP cadre had already approved Governor Obaseki to run under the template of the PDP. And who were the stubborn bloc preventing Obaseki from getting the ticket? It was this same set of men that prevented the governor. After a series of discussion and negotiation, discussion and the rest, everyone, it was even this man that first of all dropped his ambition for Governor Obaseki. I've forgotten his man's name from Edo Central. I've forgotten his name, the young, he has not even come out for some time now. I just noticed he went to take the back door. Then the likes of Obede Yaman and others, including Riceman, were still insisting that they must run in the election. So after discussions and all, already pressure is coming from Abuja. Governor Nyesom Wike now agreed to allow Obaseki run. Immediately, he lobbied for the position of the Director General of the campaign. The same strategy is using today, where he openly said that whoever gets the ticket, he's going to be a DG to that person. That was what happened. So it was not as if Wike wanted Obaseki to get the ticket under that party. It was because the national leadership of the PDP had already approved Governor Obaseki to have access to the PDP ticket. Let us know this. And we should also know that the PDP, as far as we are concerned, is not the property of Governor Nyesom Wike. Get it clearly. None of us here is against Wike as a person. But do you know what? See, if I needed to get this key from you, it is still waiting. Brother, please, I need this key. Help me. It will help me in so many ways. Can you please give me this key? Please, sir. Please. You will peacefully hand over the key to me. But if I'm coming to say, hello, now maybe you ask question on me. I need this key now. Give me this key now. My dear brother, Even if you are the most weakest person in that settlement, in that street, in that area or whatever, you will never key in to my idea. That is what is happening now. Everyone has forgotten that those who actually made it possible for Obaseki to become the governor of Edo State are purely our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And those who voted are the one who actually made Obaseki governor. No single individual can claim Godfather in Edo. And let me state this clearly. Governor Gubernatorial Obaseki cannot even vote to call himself Godfather. If he tries it in 2024, we will turn against him. No Godfather in Edo. And apart from the fact that there are no Godfather in Edo, in fact, right from history, go and check. No single person has been able to sustain the office of a Godfather. How do you identify a Godfather? People call Chief Anthony Hakakon and Nene a Godfather. But are you aware that throughout the reign as the chairman board of trustee of the PDP, down till when Aneni lost his life, Aneni never gave his sons or daughter any single position to run in an election, to say, you give my son the ticket. Are you aware? Aneni's son or daughter never run for an election, even when the father has the capacity whatsoever to say, go. That is to tell you that he never indulges himself in nepotism. But what is happening today? What is happening today? So for those who are misconstruing the issue, nobody is ungrateful here. But the truth is this: even if you assist somebody to be something, give the person the leverage and the opportunity to act. You know, there are some persons who will not allow the sleeping dog to lie. There are some persons who will never accept intimidation. So when you see that there are confrontation between the governor of Edo State and the governor of Rivers State, try to analyze the issue critically. It's not everybody that will just say, Mo, you leave and Mo, let them do it till they do, may go. No. Some people will say, we will vehemently resist this oppression. But look at the scenario. Governor Wike has no issues with the deputy governor of Edo State. When he asked the deputy governor of Edo State, who is your father? He said, a mere deputy governor. That's to tell you that under Wike's reign, the deputy governor of Rivers State is as worthless as Zimbabwean dollar. The deputy governor of Rivers, that is why majority of persons don't even know the deputy governor of Rivers State. Unlike the democratic system here in Edo State, where the deputy governor is known and he has a right as well to act as a deputy governor. Look at what Wike said in his statement. A mere deputy governor, talk about, oh God, a deputy governor. If a deputy governor cannot speak, that's to say I'm a nobody as a citizen. If a deputy governor of a state to Wike is a nobody, that's just, so some of us, we are just bele. We don't have right to be called a citizen. Is that the kind of man that you wants to be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Now look at it critically. Look at the entire story again. Wike only attacked the deputy governor. The man Wike wanted to attack was the governor. But a mistake came into play. The governor had to respond to protect his deputy. Wike was happy to say, this is the opportunity I've been looking for. I want to state this clearly. If Edo is given the opportunity to become vice president, to get the vice presidential slot in the presidential election, it is a plus to us, and we will celebrate it. If Edo is clinched to produce the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we will. Now let me tell you, even if the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is an Odoyo, for an example, at least some federal presence will come to Edo State. Now, why are they attacking the governor? They were attacking the governor because they thought that the governor is going to clinch the vice president ticket. Because Atiku Abubakar, who is the top running aspirant for the PDP, whether you like it or not, as far as we are concerned, let me just state it clearly. Atiku for now is in the forefront. And Atiku is looking at two persons. Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa and the governor of Edo State. And the governor of Edo State. That is why Wike, if you look at the statement Wike made, you know there are so many things you may not know. because you are not in the political system. You may not know. I'm not saying that I know it all, but I'm telling you one truth. If you look at his statement, he said, and I quote, "We know why the governor of Edo State is acting. Because some presidential aspirants is supporting them to do it. We are ready." That was Wike's statement. Wike is not actually contesting for president. He knows that for him to win the position of the president, he needs both the Igbos. And Wike has openly said in the past that he has no correlation with Igbo people, that they are equaries. And let me tell you, when it comes to elections, every party must be involved in ensuring that you get victory. Now, how did Wike make this statement? During the invasion on the house of Mansi Nnamdi Kanu, when he ran away and all that before the funeral and the rest, and when there was protest, Wike immediately condemned the protest and said such a protest will not take place in this place, which is fine. So because of this, he already know that the population density that is needed to clinch the office of the president is not there. But Wike is only negotiating. But it only pains us to our bone marrow that majority of Edo people, sorry, some Edo people, not majority, are falling into the gallery. Believe you me, these people are only playing games. Wake up. Now let me tell you the difference between Governor Obaseki and an average politician. An average politician has an idea. What is the idea? First, whether you like it or not, a politician must service a politician. Look at the statement Wike made. He said, "I am not a betrayer. I have never betrayed anybody since I entered office." Do you know what that means? Some people see that statement as a betrayal in itself. No. See, in politics, when you are not putting the sheriff formula into consideration, you are a betrayer in politics. Now, let's take an example. Because the game of politics is whether you like it or not. Politicians who are working to ensure that somebody wins has an interest. The interest may be he wants to produce commissioner. The interest may be he needed to cash out in the election. The interest may be he needed a contract, whichever way. And the only panacea to achieve all that is to have a person that is answerable to them. But do you know the difference between Obaseki and them now? The truth is this. If I am Obaseki, with the kind of pressure that I'm passing through, I will start to recognize politicians. But Obaseki remains adamant to say, no, we must do it, we must come in with new way. That is why he's having problems till tomorrow. Tell them and challenge them to tell you what is the sin of Obaseki. You reserve the right to know. It is not enough to call someone betrayer. How did he betray you? Tell us. Edo people needs to know. Let them not put us in a smoke screen. In a smoke screen where you don't know what is happening, but you're only hearing terminologies like betrayal. You're only hearing statements like pastaba. What and what is involved? What and what is involved? You need to know that it is your right to know. So now, do not make the mistake to take the effort of Edo people and give it to an individual. Even if Wike come with air force or the weaponry in this world to Edo State, without the mobilization of Edo people, no way. No way. Those who actually made it possible. Now, let me tell you the role Wike played. I am not an ungrateful person. I will not say Wike did not perform in the election in itself. But Wike was one of those who frustrated the effort of the governor from getting the ticket. It was when the national leadership of the party has already nodded their head to say he is the one. He has no other option than to subscribe. Then when Wike visited Edo, he did all he could to make sure that election rigging does not take place, which is one of the most paramount things that was needed in the election. And we say thank you very much to Wike for that. But it wasn't a Wike thing, because if Okowa and other governors were in Edo State as a then, or are we saying that those persons did not play any role at all? That because Wike was the DG, he single-handedly did it? The answer is no. Now, The answer is no. I will respond to Adeke Christopher Chukwudi's comment, and your comment has given me an idea. What I've forgotten, forgotten to explain. I'm going to explain it again. You said Obaseki can't get a VP slot because he doesn't have the political drive in the South. That is the point. That is why they are trying to naked him politically, so that he cannot get hold of political structure to bid for the interest of Edo. But let me tell you, are you telling me that if a well-defined personality from Edo State is given the slot of the vice president, you will not support? Are you telling me that if the office of the vice president is accruing to Edo State, it will not attract development to us? Regardless of what we are saying today in Nigeria, that Nigeria is not good, Nigeria has problems, Nigeria has this, Nigeria that. Believe me, federal presence in Katsina State will be different from the federal presence in Kano State, because that is the home of the president. This is a country where if an individual enters into any office, the first thing they think of is how to better themselves and the people around them. It is the truth. Nepotism in Nigeria is the order of the day. So since it is like that, we will not lost out in the scheme of things. When ours is given the opportunity, we must support. That is the fight against your governor today in Edo State. They are just fighting him for all that. That is the fight. But majority of persons may not know this. All they see is the political physical. They don't see the political internal and the political spiritual. Politics is deep. That is why it is defined by Aristotle, a man who lived 300 years before Christ, as the science of collective happiness. Man by nature is a political animal. And the principle is very explicit and clear. Politics is the more you look and the less you see. Politics is the more you look, the less you see. Now, what do you know? People are saying, hey, Fulani, Fulani, it is true. Let me tell you the secret in this Fulani attack. When the Northerners threatened to cut food supply, they actually cut it. And people told them, go with your food. An alternative means immediately came into being. May God bless Captain Osa of blessed memory. To date, as at then, the tomatoes farm of Captain Osa covered series of food shortage that would have affected our people. We are not having access to onion. Our Ezekun Polo, our Emowe, our Iyawomo Tion came in from the bush immediately. We have Iyawomo Tion. For those who have been in, these are name of yams. Emowe, Ikpe, Ezekun Polo, Iyawomo Tion, many yams, Igiwa, all came into the market. So this set of people knows that they cannot sanction you with food. That is why they are taking over our communities, driving farmers out, so that your Ekpoma rice will not sell again. Because when Nigeria concluded that no more foreign rice coming into this nation, we want to eat meat in Nigeria. The Ekpoma rice was in the market. The rice from the north was in the market and all. So they needed to drive you away from your farm so that your Ekpoma rice, your Ekpoma rice will not be in the market because you no longer have access to your farm. That's what is going on now. I want to advise all and sundry. This is the time for all Edos to rally around the government of Edo State. Whether you are PDP, whether you are APC, whether you are ABGA, any political party that you belong to, if the X-Men want to kill, they are not killing. They will not ask you, are you a member of ABGA before they shoot you, or are you a member of APC before they? No, they invade the bush, drive everyone out, kill the one that wants to resist, and take over your bush. So this is no time to blame. This is the time for us all to work in unison and to work as a team. And I know on the part of the governor needs to come out with a mechanism of communication. Because when you don't communicate steadily in respect to an activity, even if you are doing the right thing, people may misconstrue the right thing. So the communication channel should be re-established. And this is why I have to use this opportunity to call on our brothers and sisters, most especially those who are social media presenters, to stop the deliberate attack against themselves. use your platform to call on the governor of Edo State to organize a robust meeting in respect to the Fulani herdsmen attack in Edo State. That should be the focus. Everyone to say, whether you are PDP or APC, do not do it with sentiment to say, hey, this is the opportunity for us to ridicule this government. Yes, Fulani keepers, Fulani keepers. No, it should not be that. It should be, it should be, it should be, your actions should be driven on the basis of the fact that you are trying to provide solution to the problem. And I tell you the truth, if we all work in unity, we will achieve a better result. Now, in the United States of America that we all envy, when the US government or the country is being attacked, no Democrat, no Republican or Tea Party will say, the whole of them will come together to say, no, the interest of the United States have been attacked. We must chase the enemy to the end. I think that principle is a very good one. We need to emulate that principle. After emulating, we must imbibe the culture of working together, because if Edo fails, it is for the whole of us. That is the simple truth. Now, do not, I beg you, do not allow this bully reduce the office of the governor, even if you don't like Obaseki. Just like you don't like Obaseki, fine. But you have the office of the governor that must be protected jealously. Because if it is being ridiculed, you are not lost in your culture because someone else wants to take away your culture. You are lost in your culture because you devalue the culture, and someone else has no other option than to destroy it on your behalf, because you have already created a template by sending a message that your culture is not valuable. I think the only panacea for us to address the problem militating against us as a people is for us to rally around ourselves and to make sure that the right thing is done at the right time. When you do the right thing at the wrong time, you are wrong. So I beg all the do people, most especially those, because it's very true. There are some persons who have never played politics before, who have never played politics before. They don't have any business with politics. But in the 2020 election, they played politics more than politicians. Oh, and see, when we were doing the election, my phone not the off. Does it? Oh, Sakonobody. Boy, you know, so women not fit eat for us or abroad. They never do politics before. All of them want die. All of them want die. Help, 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 help. I know how many calls I received. Let me tell you, they have been saying in the past that Umagbane do. I have refused to agree, because what I saw that day was the highest Uma. It was the highest Uma, because everybody from left, right, and center came together to speak in one voice. And you think, okay, ask yourself a simple question. There's nothing one voice cannot do. Before the invasion of Ukraine, the world was talking about COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. It seems that the war in Ukraine have have hidden the propaganda called COVID-19. Everybody is not talking about the war. See, politics is deep. Politics is deep. My brothers and sisters, but I want to send this message to the opposition. Opposition politics is very good. In fact, a government needs to be criticized, because criticism helps to place government on their toes. Criticism helps to place government on their toes. But let your criticism not be based on hate. When you have a problem militating against the entire society, make it a point of duty to be part of the solution, instead of looking at it as a means to win an election. Let me tell you, when a problem is on ground, when a, Sorry, there was a little break in the communication. I had to return back. The network was a little bit bad. I think I'm about rounding up. I decided to come back so that I do not look as if I'm being disrespectful because the video is getting to the end already. But the message is very explicit. Please and please, most of those of you who placed this new administration in Edo State in power, don't give up yet. None of us can say Obaseki is not working. No. If we say that, we are playing politics. Yes, we have challenges. What are these challenges? Like me, I identified two of the challenges. One is Fulani issue. Then the second one is land grabbing, which has become a problem to every Edo citizen. I'm always in the bush. Part of my job is to come up with documentation that will consolidate your right to land, which is the issuance of CFO. So land grabbing is a big problem, a menace in Edo State. And you know what? The money in land is very big. It's a big business venture. A business without capital. It's all about profit, profit, profit. That is why people are killing themselves on a daily basis because of land. And I think the government must be up and doing in that regard to put an end to that menace. When you're into land business, I was a former vice chairman of a community. So I do not think that anybody can explain such to me. I have an experience in that regard. But you know what? Education is the key. Education is the key. When you have no hope and you find yourself in a community where land is being sold, you are ready to die to make sure where we must see her. But education is the key. When you have an alternative means, you say, no, 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 I'm done. By the power of God Almighty, in the whole of Edo State, I'm beating my chest. I was elected as a vice chairman. And in the whole of Edo State, I am one of the vice chairman that resigned willingly to say, I don't tire, I don't do again, take. Even a year before the expiration of my tenure. A year before the expiration of my tenure. And that is why to date, I won't deceive you. I have put the influence and respect in my community because I was not beaten out of power. I handed over to say, it's okay, I'm done. And I can vividly and openly state clearly that I did not sell one land for 2 persons or a land that has been sold. I'll go there to resell. No. Not be everybody will do land business when you can go stay as. You do land business, you stay as. You know how you want it done. For you to stay your ass after land business, you must get clean slate. For those with no community issue, we thank God for the governor and we thank God for Oba Obini. Local government chairman they learn for where community boys stay. Before local government chairman, the sitting local government chairman, they learn where boys stay before. So I understand what I'm trying to explain to everyone. So I think the governor and our father, Oba Atokbe, must increase the momentum to put an end to the land grabbing plague that is affecting our people. Who are the ones buying lands? So our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Those who are buying land here have the opportunity to see their land on a daily basis. They have the opportunity. But those who stay outside the town, they are always victim of this unforeseen occurrence that is above our control. And I think the government in itself must take a drastic action against these selected persons, because there are some disgruntled elements that are using this land issue as an advantage to subjugate our hustling brothers and sisters around the world. The second problem that government must not treat with kid glow is this current Fulani attack in all tributaries of our local community. But I must confess to the fact that we now have a well formidable security architecture where vigilante they enter. I don't talk about yesterday, I repeat again, police not they enter. You cannot compare community policing with a conventional policing, because community policing have the own information. So what we needed to do now is for the vigilante in those local communities to be equipped very well. You cannot tell me say Fulani or Civ they carry AK-47 for inside bush. You say maybe boys go to use only barrel find them. No. If the AK-47 will be available in those areas, let it be under police custody. If you get police post in those areas, let the weapons be with the police. Then apart from normal property, the proportions can be with the vigilante and the rest, but let the real weapons deal with police. Then when there's okay now, these people are terrorizing, let's go. Police will add vigilante to themselves, give them better hand, make them enter bush. Bros, feel like no issue will stop. E go stop now. When men meet men for bone now, anyone wey be say e collect, they go know say as e collect, they no lose guard the family. E go clear well. And if the government of Edo State should vote out huge amount of fund put for ground, wey go be motivation when people dey see say it's something happen no level, then this thing will be a thing of the past. This is the only two areas. The rest, Obaseki is performing extremely well. You can I challenge anybody to a debate. If you refuse to believe me, I challenge you to a debate. And I know that the government is doing everything humanly possible to address this particular problem. Now let us come up with ideas on how we can better address this problem. Let me quickly use this opportunity to salute one of my leaders, a leader par excellence. A leader who was in town, but due to some unforeseen occurrence, we were not able to see ourselves because of my tight schedule, and I know his own tight schedule as well. Forget the fact that when he was leaving time, he didn't call me again, but no problem. This is my leader, Sir Odiasi. I mean one. I'm seeing you live on my program. I want to say a very big thank you for joining me, and may God forever bless you. Because I, for one, Woody, I will try as much as possible to make sure that I never threw away the ladder that gave me opportunity to be known. So, bros, God will bless you. I am indeed extremely very, very grateful for the time being that we've shared together. May God forever bless you. I am always extremely loyal as a benefactor of your kind gesture. God will enrich you, God will elevate you, and God will continue to skyrocket you from the realm of subjectivity down to the realm of objectivity. Thank you very much, boss. So this is the much I can take. I want to say a very big thank you to all and a sundering, both those who agree and those who disagree. After all, what I've just done here is a mere expression of an opinion. I own no right whatsoever to decide for everyone. It is our Edo and not my Edo alone. So if my idea is not suitable enough, you can better build more on my idea to raise and to push the state forward. After all, the goal is a better Edo state. Regardless of whose horse is come, everyone has a responsibility to make it. Thank you very much, Osakuno, Woody and crew. We always say very big thank you. I mean, we are indeed very grateful because as we speak today, you can see how I sat. I'm sitting, talking, and I'm saying we are resuming work tomorrow. Ask yourself a simple question. If not for the patronage of our people around the world, which work? People they will sabi the work, but they not see who give them. So we will see who give us, and we still sabi am. We'll say thank you now. Because it is not our right to get it. It is because God touches the heart and mind of those of you that are watching us. That's why I to say, so believe me, on my own part, I have no interest whatsoever to willingly offend anybody. But believe you me, as a human, whether you like it or not, we must err. There must be a mistake. That may not be deliberate. There must be, we are humans, for God's sake. I might be planning to say, tomorrow I'm going to so and so place. I made provisions for everything. As you want come on when they break headache go you. Before you say me they go, hand they pay you. You don't remember again. The next time you say, God, I made this headache go. The whole activity of that day is over. You know when we are okay as a human, you hear us bragging. You know me, word sack, we know hoodie, melon skin, they know me. Now we they run now, will be days, will be that. But little fever or little headache, you don't be saying, God I beg, if I feel free for this one, I know go do well. God I beg, God I beg. That's why Paul always say, I believe in God. Now when money never come. I'm only praying for one thing. May God not give us holding the opportunity that will make me see the next man who I know clear say this one Odiun or 7. I'll say over this one, we're not total then I pray I not get that opportunity. Do you know why? I prefer to live my life on the low key. Now, even if you were going to watch me say, this was happening, we will not go there, all this man, everybody wants to pretend on it. And that is your own view. But for me, I don't want to make anything enter this my head. We will come make this my shoulder way come down. So I'll call reason, on this on this one now, on I don't pray for that. And I will not want to be in the back book of Adobe. I will always try my possible best to do the right thing and rest. I strongly believe that God, in its infinite mercy and wisdom, and our people will take good care of the rest. May God bless you all. I think there's somebody I needed to talk about here. Okay, to my brother, Apostle Alfred Odion Uyinosa. Once again, I'm officially saying a very laudable congratulations to yourself from transforming into or from transcending from the realm of an apostle alone to an apostle ambassador, Alfred Odion Uyinosa. A big congratulations for your ambassadorship. And same congratulations goes to my brother, my friend, Collins Emodia, the CEO Collins Emodia Foundation. I want to say a big congratulations for induction as a UN Peace Ambassador. May God forever continue to elevate you all. May God bless you. To my sister, Grace Ubomo. Grace Ubomo, she's watching me now. She will be shocked. This man mentioned my name. Even before we talked of election or whatever, I have eaten 50K from this Auntie Grace Ubomo. This auntie, I was shocked. And that very day with that thing reached my hand, believe me, my eye dey back. I not call her one day say, Mama, beg, give me, help me. No, no, no. I have not done that to anybody. But I was shocked. This woman extended a kind gesture. Mama Grace Obomo, we have not talked. Apart from the discussion, I never believed that we have discussed after then. And we did not even discuss before then. But you know what? The likes of Osakwano Pudding cannot just forget so easily. I'm not an ungrateful person. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to say also a very big thank you to my brother, Ambassador Dion Osagi. You are not watching me now. But people were always surprised. Why is this Osakwano Pudding always acknowledging Ambassador Dion Osagi? See, do you know what it takes for somebody to tell a group to say, I stand, I believe this guy, follow and do anything. Whether I be thief, you don't know. Let me quickly block this. Let me block somebody here. I have to. It's my right. Please. Please, sorry. Yeah. You can't come to my page and try to bully me. I won't accept it. To me, it's totally unacceptable. Humility is not stupidity. When I'm men, not be lie to tell you, but we suppose to us so. Or we can do lie. So if I say I put it saying too much, people they will start for where I for stop. I know say people pass me way. But you see the little one where they not bully me, they are not agree. And I will not try to bully anyone. Because normal agmonfu or garwa. So I cannot bully. I just say, hey, which one? Tomorrow, I need you. You can't remember me today. Say, I don't go nowhere. Anyway, go. You, not be you be this now. I mean, name you, maybe. That your account balance, so you didn't say me, now they know me. Nice some people take the back your water. If you're young, they rap. Just hide down and tell people. Thank human being because anything within your bank account, now notes that human being give you, not be God give you. Now God say people say take, give that person. God not they use naira, you know they use dollar, you know they use euro, you know they use yuan. Anything when you get in respect to cash, now here you see them. But when you live well with people, referrals and recommendations will continue to trip in. So I must be very grateful. And I want you all to know this. We not the carry do bad. If you see say what you think say we do say it bad, no say a mistake, not be our fault. And another thing is this: do you see somebody money, another man money, that picture? You know if it die for you, I don't let them die put you. You know why? That's why my staff with me and they work. As we they close for work, every work we do, they just pay. They expect okay, maybe I just say the next day. I said zero, wait. They say make it just since we do 5 today, make it 5, your friend come 5. I say no. As this one can take on. Because anything where I want whole way they with me supposed to be my own. Not be another person you go in my hand. For those who have done business with me, you still agree to the fact. You tell me say, am I you pay everything and so let me just pay everything so that I understand. I'll tell you say no. pay this one. When it reach the time for this one, I'll tell you, say, you bring money. Don't pay it to me once. I don't want to collect the one I never work put. I don't need it. I don't want story that touch. As you see, I'm going to put it with this. Many people deal with me, say they want to use me to do live video. But I want to bless God for something. God, they continue. They help me control my footstep. And may God not let me continue see I get opportunity. Somebody will come talk to me and say, wait till they will not, how many you give me say, pray or come and give the money back. God not let me do that one in Jesus' name. No man is perfect. I not be Jesus Christ when no see verse at a time. But I try as much as possible to control my anger. May God not let me beat the finger away feed me. And if you ask, who be the finger will feed the Sakunopudi? They food everywhere for the world. So I see. This is my business line. It's off since over 4 days because I was sick. And I did dead to take my medications. After I returned from admission, I finished my drip. Then they recommended that you need the rest. Let your phone be switched off. Now make this phone switch off. And it's going to be on tomorrow. If it on, this live video no complete. Now, and you expect me not to be grateful for that? I not better pass the same people you see to see myself not get work where they work in. Maybe before see the same man, we not made a tether, we not clothes because man must feed family. Man must feed family. Let me not come here to deceive you to say, I'm not going down money. If not be money, I for not to do advertisement. Advertisement, why I want the advertise? I depend on it seriously. I depend on the money. That is why I don't play with job. I don't play with my work. No day will you tell me, say, you'll say, Usakonoko sit down for us. It's not day. If not be say, head challenge. I say not day. I've never rested since 2019. The only time when I rest, January 2021, was when I break down. The only time when I still rest now because I break down. I know your car say I want to go rest. When people give me money, say do something. We are all human beings. When you don't try to reach person when you give money, richer, you know, say you say you are be about all your. Not so you be. I be chop one. But believe me, by the power of God Almighty, we no feed person money. If you watch my video these days, if you dey follow up, you know me before, you will know, say yes, we are willing to say the truth and we are saying the truth. But we want everybody to understand that it is our opinion. Let us do the right thing at the right time. Thank you, Amosakun Okudi. I want to face other activity. I will say bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakun Okudi. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.